Hello class. I would specifically like to give you some instructions on how you can go about doing your final examination. Your final examination is going to be approximately 2.5 hours in length, so please plan accordingly. What I would like you to do is I would like each individual member of the class to prepare a 5-minute, at the max a 6-minute PowerPoint presentation on any one of the concepts that we studied in our class relating to organizational behavior. Now, what I am essentially doing is I'm giving you the autonomy to put something together that is going to be meaningful. With that presentation, I am going to ask you to write a paper. The paper is going to be very specific as to how you are going to write your paper. For example, what I'm looking for is a cover page with a detailed information sheet, such as your class section. Remember, you're seniors now, so I want you to write something that's very professional that you might want to present to a potential employer for a job. The cover page is going to have your name, my name, the name of the course, the section of the course, the date, and a title of your presentation. The next page is going to have a detailed outline of what you are writing about. Now, what does that detailed outline consist of? Well, all 3 or 4 years of school, you studied about vision, mission, and strategy. So when I tell you to write something of your choice, I'm looking at something about a concept that deals to something tangible, like an organization, something you presently work in, or something you're interested in. If you're talking about, for example, interdepartmental communication, you want to pick a company that deals with that and know how it flows. If you're talking about values, ethics, you may want to talk about WorldCom, Enron. You may want to talk about the recent situation we have with Wells Fargo. Or you may want to go back and look at some of the videos that we've seen about the Apollo 13 mission or the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yes, government is a very large organization. How do they handle that crisis? So looking for something very professional. So what I want you to do is develop a hypothesis. What your hypothesis is going to do is it's going to tell me in a few words what your opinion is about your research before you actually do that research. For example, if you think that President Kennedy, in his MBTI assessment that you did, had a very large intuitive evaluation, and he was reflective, or he was introverted or extroverted, whatever it is that you think, and you want to relate it to how he handled that Bay of Pigs situation or the Cuban Missile Crisis, then you want to give me a hypothesis of what you think now before you actually do your research. It's a few words, a couple of sentences. Supporting that hypothesis, I want you to come up with 5 specific goals of how you intend to prove that hypothesis, one way or another. A positive hypothesis obviously validates your research. A null or a negative hypothesis says what your findings are something different than what you actually initially thought. And then you tell me why it was different based on your research. So you want to come up again with 5 specific goals that validate that hypothesis. That's part of your outline. And then what I want you to do is turn each one of those goals into a separate section of your paper. So if I want you to do a 5 to 7 minute PowerPoint presentation, I'm probably looking at you're talking about 1 to 2 minutes on each one of your goals in that PowerPoint after you write your paper. Each one of those goals are going to support your research and your thinking process. It's a separate section of your paper. It's not rocket science. All you want to do is when you do your PowerPoint, you get that particular goal and you correlate it to a PowerPoint based on your findings. So if you got like 5 goals, you got 5 PowerPoints. But don't make it too busy because you only have 5 to 7 minutes to present it. 5 to 6 minutes max. The other thing is that in your paper, once you finish writing all of your goals, you should be able to come out with a summary. Your summary is going to be like 1 sentence from each one of your findings in your research sections. So 5 goals, 5 sections that you're writing about of your paper, and your summary is like a half a page, taking 1 takeaway from each one of those goals. Then you're going to write a summary and a conclusion to go with that. You will write a summary and a conclusion to go with that summary. Now, I already told you how to do the summary. So what the conclusion is about is just comparing your summary or your findings to your hypotheses. Are they the same? Did you validate your hypotheses? Or are they different? If they're different, I want to know why what you initially thought is different than what your research told you. That's all. And then I want a separate page with all your references. Now I want this paper either in MLA or APA, your choice, but I want it to look professional. Then your summary and conclusion will be your final PowerPoint slide. Remember, 1 for each one of your goals. So your final PowerPoint slide is just going to summarize everything and tell me why you validated or thought your conclusions are different than what you initially thought. And you're done. Now, I believe I said the final is worth like, I think 10 points. It's either 10 or 15 points. I think 10. But whatever it is, I'm going to give you half credit for your PowerPoints, half credit for your paper. Okay? So each individual person in the class is going to have a separate upload for an assignment. So you're going to have 2. One is going to be a PowerPoint. So like if your total points are 10 for everything for the final, 5 points are going to be for your PowerPoint upload, because some people present better than they write. I'm trying to give everyone an equal chance. And then you're going to have 5 points for your paper. I'll be critical with this because I'm telling you about this now. So I'm releasing the link for you to get started. And you can start getting working on it, and you got till December 16th to do it. That's it, guys. That's the final. Godspeed. Good luck.